The Weekly starts now.
I'm Erica Taylor, Director of Content with ProRemodeler. I live in Dallas, and over the years have gotten friendly with a couple named Chad and Diane Hatfield. They own a successful mid-sized remodeling company that they've had for, over 15 years. So recently, about a year ago, I was having lunch with them, and they told me that they decided to become a franchise partner with Alair Homes. I was surprised. You don't hear a whole lot about franchising in this industry, although there are some players out there. So I've sort of kept in touch with Chad and Diane as they made the transition and had some questions about what was it like? Why did you do it? What's the difference between being a franchise partner and being sort of the head of an independently owned remodeling company? So recently I paid them a visit at their offices and interviewed them, then had some questions, and here is what I learned.
Yeah, before we looked at becoming a partner, we had our own business for 15 years, Hatfield Builders Remodelers. We had 15 employees. We did design build work. Our last year was about $4.6 million. It was the best financial year we've ever had. Diane and I poured, our lives and our hearts into that business for 15 years. And if we wanted to grow the business past where we were going to have to take on a significant portion of overhead and hiring more people in management and creating more processes. And the thought of that made me, want to throw up. The transition was hard, but that was mostly about me. That wasn't about Alair, because we did things very similarly before. Learning new systems in a business, that's not hard, that just takes effort. I got rid of a white truck, I got a black truck, and I had it logoed, right? And we changed the signs. And everyone asked me, oh my God, you've worked so long, to build this, isn't that horribly difficult? And the answer is no, it's not. Because I believe in the people that I am with, or I wouldn't be in a partnership with them. You don't agree to shut down a $4.5 or more million business that's profitable if you don't believe in the people that you're joining.
It was a little tedious at first. We didn't really know what to expect. We had a lot going on with Hatfield, and then we had this new adventure of Alair coming up. So trying to really learn about what the differences were and trying to keep the other business going, the legacy business, it made it difficult at first. But as we learned more about it, it got better, and then it got way better.
It was hard because I made it hard to give up my previous role and having control. I got in my own way for quite a while, and I held on to something that I had created that had gotten us to where we were and had took us to another level for our other business. And I had not yet really internalized that it was not going to take us to where we were going, and there was a lot of things that I needed to just let go of. So I began to justify things to myself. And not too long ago, I listened to a podcast, and the gentleman in the podcast was talking about his transformation. And the line that he said that really resonated with me was, the moment I really find that I have to justify something is now the moment I know that I need to let it go.
Alair believes in a lean model. And that's part of a well-running business, is not to carry a lot of overhead if you don't need to. We don't have to. We have a lot of centralized functions that I pay fractionally for instead of full-time for. So we knew when we made this decision, we said, we're probably going to go from 15, we may go all the way down to 5 or 6. And that's exactly what wound up happening.
My role as the Director of Marketing has changed significantly. We are now part of a marketing team for our region and also nationally, and we are able to participate in a lot of collective marketing efforts. While I still have a lot of input and say into the things that are going on in marketing, I don't have to control or implement any of those on a day-to-day basis. The other really nice thing about what we're doing now versus before is that we have collectivity, and we've got the power of many other companies being able to join together to market for one brand. And what Alair has done they've gone out to seek out the best professionals that are PR experts and marketing experts in each local region. And what they do is we work collaboratively with them to be able to come up with the best marketing plan possible. And we're able to have brand standards be met, brand standards be maintained. We can have collective things done, so we can do magazine advertisements together. We can participate in multiple sponsorships or do something as a full team, whereas our other company, I don't believe that we would have participated on this type of level before.
A project manager in Alair, very different from a project manager in our legacy business, right? Single source responsibility for a project over here, from all the way through the start of our project planning process through construction. Right? There's no handoff. So that project manager is accountable all the way through. Over here, there were handoffs from sales to design, design to construction, and so on. And the project managers were more in the field, more what we would think of, or I would think of as, a traditional, for lack of a better term, project manager. Really more of a lead carpenter over there in the legacy business. The new business in Alair, it really is project management. They spend 50% or more of their time in front of a computer.
There are key performance indicators in place. There are ways for the project managers to really know, are they doing a good job, without asking someone, am I doing a good job? They can literally look at it on paper and say, hey, I'm meeting all these standards. And then the clients, they also call and go, hey, this is looking great. We go through these new projects under the Alair name, and I visit with these clients. The reactions are different than they were with Hatfield. And Hatfield had very good clients, and Alair has very good clients, and they're getting very different experiences because of the things that we've been able to put in place.